It's Week 7 of the NFL, and we'll see Evan Ingram. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Broncos and the Jags, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Ball teed up, Logan Cook after the kick. And off we go from Denver. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
I think we could give him a pass from last week because they still found a way to win, and that's the ultimate job of a quarterback. But those interceptions, that's not what we're used to seeing out of him week to week. The 2 touchdowns, though, well, that's the bar he wants to hit each and every time out, and when he gets there, usually good things follow.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 13 on that play. And the Broncos will have a first down. Nix from the gun. That finds Vele complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense to the line for second down. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense.
Encroachment defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still second down.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Shotgun snap to Nix. Escapes the pocket. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Caught by Sutton. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
This throw is caught. It's a Denver touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And bringing them out to former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Kate, he's had some time to work past their last game, and he needed every second of it. A 4-interception game isn't easy for anybody to move on from, even for the shortest of memories. He's got to get his head right this week. This team needs him to deliver.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's caught for the first. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. It's a gain of 4. And that's a Jaguar first down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Putting a receiver in motion. First down throw, Lawrence. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
The Broncos and their running back about to get back to work. And midway through the season, you can see he's pacing the NFL running backs and receiving touchdowns. A real versatile player for them on offense. Setting up the running back screen. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Another carry for him. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains. Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He has the first over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Lone back gets the handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Nix looking to throw. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
This finds Franklin. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6. It's 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Nix. score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a 13-0 lead. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah,
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
No change to the call on the field, so that play is going to remain a touchdown. Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Second drive coming up for the Jacksonville offense. And I know it's early, Brock, but you can almost feel that they need some points to keep this lead from getting out of control and build up their confidence as well after drive number 1 ended in that interception.
Yeah, totally co-sign that, Kate, every bit of it. It's an early deficit, but there's still a whole lot of game left. You don't need to make up for it right away. You just need to start to see those chains moving.
They get 13 on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. Lawrence to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brandon Jones up for the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Lawrence now off the play action. Connection made. Travis Etienne.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Etienne on 3rd down. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Etienne again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle. Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that first quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. They go right back to Etienne. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up 4th and long. The Jaguars into punt formation. And this will be his first effort of the contest. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. The Broncos returning their offense and this running back to the field. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting 2nd right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. He's got the hook up to Ingram. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Chad Muma there to bring him down. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tyson Campbell, the man on that tackle. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. That's good for 7 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Here's Nix. Got a man, it's Marvin Mims. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Options are open here, it's 2nd and inches. Hand off now from the gun. And he'll go down at, we'll say, right at the 39-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. First down, and they go right back to it. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Stopped that time by Antonio Johnson. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 42. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Finds Mims. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Broncos will have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing on first down, Nix. Finds a man, Adam Troutman has it. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Darnell Savage brings that to an end. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Darnell Savage with the pick.
You know, Kate, so often they say that defense is just reactionary. They're just reacting to what the offense is doing. But I'll tell you what, when you got a defensive call like that, the right personnel, nickel coverage, the right defensive plan, it plays such a huge role in helping take the ball away.
Now the Jaguars getting set to go. Things sure have started out rough, and they've stayed that way through 2 drives. Maybe drive number 3 here is where we see this offense get rolling. Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Hits him on the out route. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to. And the Jaguars are there. He's hauled down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This offense has been in a rhythm, settled in and found it in the first half. But hopefully that sack for this defense can disrupt that rhythm just a little bit. Kind of reminds me, Kate, in baseball when you're facing an elite pitcher, just get somebody on base. Just make that pitcher think a little bit. Hopefully that sack for this defense does the same to the QB.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. The former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker, on the stop. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. And it wasn't a touchdown or a field goal, Brock, but hey, points are points, and their first points of the game come on that there safety.
You'll take them any way you can get them in this league, Kate, right? And if the defense has got to score and they've got to continue to score, that is just fine, because that is a breath of fresh air on that sideline and hopefully a bit of a kickstarter for their offense as well.
After surrendering the safety, they're out to boot it away. Takes it in at the 21. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. That's taken in by Etienne.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Lawrence working from the gun. Has a man, it's Brown. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and that's a Jaguar 1st down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Jaguars in possession. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Caught by Washington, left side. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
That one's complete, right side. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 29. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
The Jaguars are going to call their 1st time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st down from the red zone. Etienne on the catch. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The kick by Shudak is good. And the lead is back down to 9.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So we've reached halftime in Denver. The hometown fans, yeah, they're feeling good. Their Broncos have the lead. Now we'll send things over to Orlando, Florida. Jonathan Coachman on standby, ready to deliver the EA Sports halftime report.
The Broncos got a strong first half from their signal caller, Bo Nix. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jaguars send running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. First down throw, Lawrence. Finding Thomas near the sideline. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. Out of the gun, a give to Etienne. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Lawrence now off the play action. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
He'll make a bid for it on the ground. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. He'll give this up the middle to Etienne. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll manage to get this one down to the 27. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. From the 16. This one's caught. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Going power with a big tight end. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know they had bigger visions when they called that play. This is one of those spots, Kate, where when a defense is dialed in, especially in the red zone, it's very tough to surprise them with anything.
Ball start. Offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Tight end going in motion here. Lawrence on 3rd and goal. Forced out to his right. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Oh boy, we've got to pause here because Trevor Lawrence, he was the one hurt on that play, and now he's in need of some attention from the medical staff. Cam Little getting the call on 4th down here to put 3 up for the Jaguars. A very short kick here from the right hash. The kick by Shudak is good. And it's back to a 1-score game now. The deficit is 6.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time that he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
He lost the football, and the fumble recovery is made. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. This is hauled in by Ingram. It's a 21-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Nix with it on 1st. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. To throw, here's Nix. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Here's ETN on 1st down. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. The screen pass falls incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Now Lawrence. That's complete. Here's Brown. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars get this tie before the end of the 3rd. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Little tax on the extra point. And the Jaguars take the lead on that successful kick. On now is Cook to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And he gets him around 6 there. Darnell Savage brings that to an end. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll run it for the first time with Audric Estime. And this won't amount to much. Tackled after a small run to the 32. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That's a pickup of 9. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Now Nix. Complete. It's Ingram. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Following the play, we see trainers headed out towards an injured player, and it's Evan Ingram, the one in question. He's in some distress. New set of downs for him from the 46. Man in motion, headed right. They'll run here on 1st down. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 42. That finds Vele complete. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. 3rd and just 2 to go. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
Encroachment defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 1st down.
Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate 1st down following that encroachment flag. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Completed to Sutton. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Well, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. First down from the red zone. Has it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's second and goal. Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he's in for the touchdown. The Broncos take a fourth quarter lead. Goal line formation, a give to the fullback powering forward. Is that Lorenzo Neal? That Tom Rathman down there, Brock? It doesn't get more old school smash mouth than that.
Yeah, I think you could go back to the early 1900s with no face masks and still find that play, that formation, and yes, sometimes even that touchdown.
They've got a man in motion. He's throwing for it! And the two-point pass falls incomplete. Would have felt more comfortable, obviously, with a 7-point lead, but they have to settle for 5.
Couldn't be a little armchair quarterback after that call. Looked like the defense knew exactly what was coming.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. First down throw, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That's taken in by Etienne. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
As we're into the 4th quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
And the fair catch made here at the 15. No return on that punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3. He'll throw it. Flushed. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline, and now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And it'll be Jaguars football. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Lawrence working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Jaguars facing a 5-point deficit. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing the out route complete. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Got a man, it's Thomas. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Back to throw. The throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Trying it right side with Etienne. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together.
And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead...
Brown still throwing, and this is intercepted! Pat Surtain has it. It's a foot race. The 30. And that is 2 points the other way as he takes the pick the entire way back. So the 2-point call does end up yielding 2 points, but it's definitely not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
No, I don't think it's the first thing on the audience mind as they get ready to run it, but it's definitely on the defensive mind to make up for the touchdown they just gave up. They're looking for opportunities to affect the score, and this time they were able to.
The Broncos running their offense out once again. They have the ball back, but that lead now cut down to a single point, Brock. They want to run out that clock if they can, but above all else, they got to take care of that football.
This is situational football at its best. You work and prepare for these moments, and as an offense, you've got to love this situation. You don't want to play so conservative and have what you just said in the back of your mind, can't turn it over, can't make a mistake. No, you want to flip that switch and say the ball's in our hand to go finish it. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the Broncos. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Broncos are winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.